Hello, welcome to BGP Masterclass. Today lab is BGP synchronization. BGP synchronization rule is saying a BGP router should not advertise a route to an eBGP peer unless that same route learn from IGP on OS. Okay, so here what happened? R2 has one. For example, R2 here I will be explain the what is the our topology. R1 is AS1 and R2, R3, R4 is AS3 and R5 is AS2. Okay, so R2, R3 and R4 has a OSPF configuration, all the three routers, and R2 and R4 using BGP never using loopback interface IP. Okay, and R2, R1 and direct interface because EGP never. Okay, R4 and R5 is the eBGP never using direct interface. Okay, so now we will be configure what is the output for this configure. So for example, R2 has one route in BGP table, that route not add BGP table, and that same route is not in OSPF table, and we are enable the synchronization that if has that R1 not advertise that update to the R2 not advertise that update to the R1. Okay, because when you are enable the synchronization, so the rule is the in R2 should have that same route in OSPF as well as BGP table. Then only it advertise to the IGP neighbor. If that route is not available in OSPF and that route is available in BGP also, it not advertised. Okay, so that will be see in this practical. Let's we have done some configuration here. I will be show the configuration. Okay, so this is the configuration I have done. What is the configuration? This is the BGP synchronization. BGP synchronization rule. What is the BGP synchronization? This is the configuration in R1. R1 means this router AS1 router. So just as a router we configure loopback interface, because loopback interface we configure to check the reachability. Okay, to check the reachability, and after that we configure the BGP. BGP just R2 as a neighbor. See, we are given the IP address as per our router name. This is the 1-2 network. This is the 2-3 network. This is the 3-4, and this network is 4-5 network. Accordingly, 2-3 the 2 is the BGP neighbor S3. Okay, S3, and advertise the loopback. Okay, so very simple configuration. Just advertise loopback in the BGP. And R2 configuration, if you see R2 configuration, we create loopback because we will make a R2 and R4 as a using loopback interface BGP configuration. Then we will configure the OSPF. OSPF means OSPF configure, and OSPF configure OSPF 1 area 0 and advertise direct connected network, and configure the BGP. BGP R4 is the neighbor using loopback interface IP 444 and update source loopback 0. Okay, and R1 is the eBGP neighbor. 1.2.1 is eBGP neighbor. Okay, so this is the configuration of R2, and this is the then this configuration will be see later. Okay. This is the R3 configuration. R3 configuration means we are not configure the BGP, only configure the OSPF, and we configure the default network. Okay. And this is the R4 configuration. R4 configuration we configure the loopback and configure the OSPF and advertise the direct connected network, and in BGP we make a never as a 2 using loopback interface, and never make as a R5 as 2. Okay, this is the configuration, and configuration comes to the R5 also. R5 also same thing, configuration the loopback because check the reachability, and make a neighbor is the R3, make neighbor is the R4 as in S3, and advertise that loopback in BGP. Okay, so let's configuration start. So I have already done the configuration, means I just I enable that routers. So here I'm not nothing do anything. So IP interface brief. Okay, just I give all the 5 routers IP address only. No, not configure anything. So run session BGP, not configure any of the router BGP, only configure the IP address. All the 5 routers will configure the direct connected IP address, and then will we do the copy and paste all the configuration here. Okay, so let's start the configuration. So this is the R1 configuration. Already I discussed what is the configuration. Okay, R1 configuration. Then I will go to the R2 configuration. We configuration up to this much. After that we will do the next step. Okay, so R2 configuration just simple. R1 is neighbor, and configure the OSPF and configure the BGP. In BGP make it 2 neighbor. Okay, in internal neighbor or external neighbor. This is the R2 configuration. And this is the R3 configuration. R3 configuration only not configuration in a loopback, just configuration OSPF and direct advertise to direct connected network. Okay, we are using default network. R3 configuration. This is the R4 configuration. R4 configuration, just we configure OSPF and BGP, and BGP we make as a two routers as a neighbor. Okay, and this is the R5 configuration. R5 configuration, just R4 is a BGP neighbor. Okay, and advertise loopback interface in BGP. So as of now done the configuration, we check the output all the routers. Okay, so if you see here, by default what happened that synchronization is disable all the routers. So first will be configuration done all the routers. Now see the output of all the routers. Okay, so IP BGP, it will be take a little time. Okay, see in R4, in R5, if you see this is the R4. Okay, R4 it getting the 1.1.1. network. Okay, this R1 network, but next up saying this one, what 1.2.1, this interface IP. So R4 how will we reach this network? So we will be configure the next hop self. Okay, so what is the next hop self means? R1 when advertise R2 this network, so R2 that for that route make as a own IP address is the next hop self. Okay, so we have already video in next hop self in our channel. Please check out that configuration. So I will do the next hop self in we'll configure next hop self in R2 and R4. So R1 R2 and R4 when you receive the any external update, so in that update I'll change a next hop IP address is a own IP address. Okay, so we'll configure the next hop self. If you see here all the both router IP address showing here. If you see from R5 this is the next hop, because this IP for R2 this is the next hop, so will be changed. Now will be see the update. Okay, will be this update, and now we will go to the R2 configure the this one. This configuration what saying? This configuration saying see this is the R2 saying neighbor 4 is the next of self, just simple one command in BGP. Okay, neighbor 4 is the next of self. Okay, so go to the R2, paste this command. Now same command you will be using R4 also, this command. Neighbor 2 is next of self. Okay, because we are using loopback, so we are using neighbor IP as loopback. If we are configure the direct interface, we can configure it direct interface. So R4 we paste this one. Okay, after that now we will be see the same BGP update. So IP BGP, need to clear BGP session. If BGP session clear means it will be take little time, but will get the correct result. So IPv6 previously this is showing the other IP, now only showing the R4 IP. Okay, now if you are see here, so IPBGP, so here showing the R2 IP. Okay, so now we'll be get the best IP, best path. Okay, now we'll be see here, so IPBGP. So now now R1 get the now if you see here, R1 get update of the R5. Okay, this is the R1 get update of the R5. Now now synchronization is disabled. Now we are going to the enable the synchronization after see the what is the update. Now same thing we'll check the R5 also. So IP BGP R5 also, R5 means the S2. Here also he's also getting the R5 also getting R1 update. Okay, because we are disable the synchronization, and we after that we do the other step. Now we are going to enable the synchronization. Okay, so synchronization enable means if you see here, so run session BGP. Okay, now we are going to the enable the synchronization in R2 and R4. So R2 when receive the update that because R3 don't have any BGP update na. So BGP update. So through iBGP it never get the update in R2. Okay. R2 never update because we are nothing. This is this five update when come to from here. This is not we are not any do the reduce to boot and anything in OSPF. No, so OSPF don't know about this 5 network. So no idea of 5 network in OSPF. So R2 not get in that update in OSPF. So how now will we see the output of that? Okay, now now I'm going to the now we are seeing both router best and valid path. Okay, so IPBGP. So IPBGP R4 and sorry R5 is saying the valid and best path. Accordingly this one also. So IPBGP here also R1 also best and valid path. Okay, now we are going to the R1 and R2 is it enable the synchronization. After that we will see the what is the status. Okay, so config T router BGP synchronization. Okay, accordingly same thing here also. R4 also do the same thing. R4 also do the same thing. Okay, R4 also we do the enable the synchronization. Okay, now we clear the BGP session because once BGP session clear means we will get the correct update. Okay, now we clear the BGP session R2 and R4. Now we'll be see the same thing in R2 and R5. Will we get update or not? So IP BGP. See, in R2 will be see the 5 update what is not a best path. So if you see, go to the R1 previously is getting the 5 update. Now if you see in the R1 will not receive R5 update, because R2 not receive that best path now. So how will be advertised to the R1? Okay, accordingly R5 you are seeing. So IP BGP same thing only, like same we are duplicate here. So R5, you see in R1, R4, R4 not R1 update is not getting. Okay, not best path, only valid path, not best path. So if you are see R5, so IP BGP, see R1 update not receiving. Previously it receiving. Okay. Because we are enable the synchronization R2 and R4. So OSPF don't know about the 5 network. So OSPF don't know that BGP network 5 network. So that R2 not learn that 5 network in OSPF, so that it will be not advertised to the R1. Okay, so it not best path. Now will be as per now this lab is synchronization is done, because this will be enable we will be enable and disable both the R1 R2 and R4 the synchronization. R2 and R4 enable means that update will become, and disable means that update will not come, because that OSPF not have that particular update, so that it will be not advertised to the UBGP peer. Okay. Now we'll be show some extra points. This is also very important. So extra point means now we'll going to the enable the synchronization. Now we'll going to the disable the synchronization. Okay, and check the reachability. Means we will disable the synchronization. After that R1 will get the R5 update, and R5 also get update the R1 update. We'll be check the reachability. So in that reachability there is some step is there. So how to do that step, we will be check that one also. So we'll go first, we will be disable the synchronization here. Router BGP 3, no synchronization. Okay, only one step command, and clear the BGP, and R4 also do the same thing. Router BGP 3, no synchronization. Okay, so we are done the no synchronization and clear the BGP session. I clear BGP session because sometime it will be get a late update now. Okay, so both the update now see the now if you see previously that R1 not get update of the R5, now will be see the update. Okay, now will be after disable the synchronization, now R1 get the R5 update. If you see R5 also previously R1 update not received, now will be see R1 also receive. Okay, receive. So now this now will be check the reachability between R1 and R5. If you see through R5 you ping R1. Okay, R1. So see this update means. The next step is 4-5 network. Okay, next step is the for R5 for I5 4-5 network. Okay, means here if you see for R1 it is going to the 4.5.4 this interface. Okay, after that when a 4.5 network, if you ping here, first I will be show the ping report. It will be not able to ping 4.4.4.4. okay, sorry, 1.1.1.1. it's not ping. Why not pinging? Because when when that next hop is, this is the next hop, this interface, okay, for this interface, after that this update sent to the R1. So for this network, what is the next hop will be see in R5. So this see, R5 send packet to the R4. okay, so R4C, this is the R5 is normally sent to the next of IP address, okay, for this network. So after that R4C, what is the destination? 111. okay, so R4, if you see R4 routing table, so IP route 10.0 dot 10.0 dot 1.1.1.1. okay, if you see here, for it will be going via from 2.2.2. if you see in BGP routing developer, so IP route, if you see for one dot network, it will be going to, this is the next hop, right, for one dot network. okay, so again I will be explain everything. For R5 send packet to R4. So R5 is saying this is the next hop. okay, R5 saying this is the, I have this next hop to reach the this network. okay, so R5 send packet to the R4. So R4 see the what is the destination is the 1.1.1. okay, so when see R4 is the 1.1.1, what is the next hop is the 2.2.2. okay, next hop is the 2.2. okay, so via 2.2. so if you see R4 in show IP route, 2.2.2. so if you see here 2.2.2, it will be see the this is the update from the 3.4.3, means this from here also it's sending to the this R3 network, R3 router or R3 router this interface. okay, so the problem is when R3 receive this update, R4 say here, if you see here, R4 saying it's R4 sending packet to R4. okay, 1.1.1. R4 see his routing table for 1.1.1 network. What is the next hop? He see the this is the next hop. So R1 see the R3 see what is the next hop for the 111 network. So R3 11 network, R3 routing table don't have that 11 network. So R3 normally drop that packet so that it will be not reachable R5 to R1 network, and vice versa. Here also same thing. When R1 packet sent to the next hop here, this is the next hop. I will be show here. If you see R1 packet, so IP route. If you see here, for 5.5 network, next up is the 1.2.2. okay, this network. Then if you see the after that R2 when receive the packet, what is the 1 to show IP route, show IP BGP is that one. Next up is the 4.4 network. So it's normally sent to the 4.4 network. So 4.4 network is R2 what sending to next up to 4.4 network. So to reach the 4.4 network, R4 show IP route, show IP route 4.4.4.4 is sending to the this network, R3 network. okay, R3 network. So R3 network will be say R3 say 5 network is not available because they here not configure the BGP, is configure the OSPF only. okay, so that R3 saying this 4 network is not available in the 5 network is not available in my routing table. So normally it R5 R3 also drop that packet. Okay, so what will be there is a two step for this configure, two step. If R3 know about the 5 network and 1 network, so we will be reach this to the reach to R1 and R5 will be reach each other. Okay, so what will we do if we it means our requirement is R3 OSPF should know. RP3 means what? Only OSPF configuration. So OSPF should know the IGP protocol, should know the OSPF should know the R5 network, then only reachable, because R3 when we are sending packet to the R3 normally don't have that network, so it will be dropped. So if R3 know the 1 network and 5 network, it will be reachable. So we will be do the redistribute in R1 and R4 OSPF into BGP. So it will be the in OSPF we will redistribute. BGP means it will be the redistribute means OSPF network BGP route available means it will be reachable. So this is the configuration. Already I have done. Means go to the OSPF and redistribute BGP. Okay. So this is the configuration, and we will be do this configuration in R2. Now BGP into OSPF. Okay, that BGP OSPF router OSPF receive BGP update also. Okay, in R4 also do the same thing. Okay, so both router has been done. Now do the clear session once. Okay, we do the clear session. Now we'll be see the output in R1 and R2. So IP BGP. Okay, so IP BGP, you receive the update. Okay, now see the in R5 R1. So IP BGP. See now receive the 5 network, because 5 network receive, but 1 minute. Ping 5.5.5.5. Okay, it will take little time. It should ping. We cleared the BGP session, right? It should ping. So IP BGP. Because it not reachable here if you see here if you see here one minute, when R1 send packet to the R5, his source network is the 1-2 network. Okay, so R5 don't know about R2 network. Okay, vice versa, R5 when send packet to the R1, R5 also don't know, R1 also don't know this network, source network. So R1 and R5 know only loopback network, na. So if you ping like this also, it reachable. Okay, ping source loopback 0. See, reachable, because that source network don't know, loopback only know they are each other. So if you ping here also, ping 1.1.1 source loopback 0. Okay, now reachable. Okay, both network is reachable now. Okay, see. Now done. R1 and R4 is reachable. So we have done multiple steps. Like again I will be explain what we done. So when first we check the update after disabling the disable synchronization. R1 not receive any update from R2. So after that receive the update. After that enable receive the update when enable synchronization and not receive. When disable the synchronization, disable the synchronization, R1 is receive the update. After that we check the reachability between the R1 and R5. So I will show what we done here. Simple thing. First we configure the router 1 only eBGP neighbor configuration, advertise loopback. After that we configuration in R2. This is the configuration of R2. This configuration saying we are configuration the loopback because R1, R2 and R4 using loopback interface to reachability IBGP neighbor. After that we configuration OSPF, we advertise direct connected network. Okay. After that we configuration of BGP configuration. R4 is the IBGP neighbor using loopback interface, and R1 is the eBGP neighbor. After that we configuration in next hop shell because when next of cell when eBGP of the R4 when receive the eBGP update, it change the next step IP address is own IP address. After that we configure disable we enable the synchronization. After enabling the synchronization, R1 and R5 not receive any BGP update. Okay. After that we disable the synchronization. After that we redistribute the BGP OSPF into BGP. BGP into OSPF because OSPF R3 don't know about that R1 and R5 network, so it will be drop. After that redistribute. If you see here R3 routing table, so IP route. So IP route. So R3 know about R1 network and R5 network. So it will be reachable after redistribute. It will be redistribute. It will be reachable. Okay. So this is the lab and R3 configuration only OSPF. Okay. Only OSPF. R4 configuration, this step configuration in this step configuration. Configuration loopback interface and configuration the OSPF and direct connected to the direct connector advertise, and configuration BGP. 2 is the IBGP and 5 is the eBGP neighbor, and next of self configuration for R2 is the next of self, and this enable the synchronization and check the update, and after that we redistribution the BGP. Okay. BGP. Then R5 configuration, normal configuration, loopback configuration, and that loopback advertise to the BGP and make a neighbor as a BGP. Okay. So this is the BGP synchronization lab. This is a very simple lab only. So we have done some extra points here to reachability and everything. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe BGP masterclass to motivate the channel. Thank you for watching.